Welcome to Erin's world, where anything can happen. Completing the square today. So when we're square, we can draw this picture that helps you figure out, you're going to add the magic number to both sides of the equation so that the left side becomes a perfect square. So I'm drawing this box here, x by x box, and then like a 6 by x box. But if we cut that box in half, so like b over 2, it's really b over 2a, then we make this shape that has this square missing, and if you complete the square, then you can have a perfect square. So that's what the number we're going to add to both sides. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. That's the magic number. And then the -7, move it to the other side and add 9 to both sides. Yeah. And really, it's the magic number is b over 2a squared. A is the number in front of the x. In this case, it's just a 1. And b is the number. A is the number in front of the x squared, and b is the number in front of the x. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 2. And now the left side is a perfect square. We made it. We can see it right there. It's x plus 3 squared. And that equals 2. And now we can just solve for x. So we can take the plus and minus square root of both sides and subtract 3. So we get x equals -3 plus or minus the square root of 2. Oh gosh, finally a day when I can just relax and read a book. Nothing's gonna happen and there's nothing going on. Finally. What's this? I got a letter. I wasn't expecting a letter today. Oh, okay. So what do we got here? Okay. Dear Erin, my name is Asher. Oh, that's so weird. Okay. I'm an expert at the quadratic formula. Awesome. However, my mean math teacher, oh no, says that on question 3 on the test coming up, I have to solve by completing the square. My question is, which prank is best? Pin on the chair, trip wire, spill paint on desk, banana peel. Okay. And there's just a bunch of pranks here. Okay. Well, Asher, I have a better idea. Instead of pranking the teacher, why don't I show you how to do completing the square, and then you can impress your teacher and do a great job on the test. Let's try that. So suppose we have the problem x squared plus 6x plus 7 equals 0. So I'm going to make a picture. So this is x and this is x. So we look at this b, the b number. So if you know quadratic formula, then you know this, the number in front of x squared is a, this is b, and this is c. Okay, so think about this b here. And I'm just going to draw it like 6. Like, so there's, I'm going to draw it like this. But now let's cut it in half. Okay, so I'm going to put, so this is really 6 by x. Okay, so I'm going to cut it in half. So now it's 3. And we want to know, what's this magic number that completes the square? That's why the picture that's why it's called completing the square. Okay, so this magic number here is, well, this side right here, this is 3, and this one is 3, so this is 3, and this is 3. So this is a 3 by 3, this is a 9. So our magic number to add to both sides is 9. Okay, so we're going to take this x squared plus 6x. This is what we've been working on. We're going to add 9 to it. Now this other number, the 7, I'm going to subtract it, move it to the other side. Okay, but I have to let's think about that 9 we just added. We just added this 9 from nowhere, so we have to add it to both sides. We can't, right? We have to keep the equation balanced. So we did that, and we moved the 7 over. Now, we might be like, okay, what do we do now? We already know how this factors. This right here is x plus 3. There's x and then plus 3. So So x plus 3 squared, this factors as x plus 3 squared. Okay, I can see by the picture. So this is 2. Okay, and then we can just take the plus and minus square root of both sides. So we have x plus 3 equals plus or minus the square root of 2. And then subtract 3 from both sides. So x equals negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 2. Okay, so you can check yourself and see, do you get the same answer with the quadratic formula? Okay, so in general, what's the idea? We have this box, x, and we have our b, and we're going to cut it in half. So it's going to be b over 2. So we're going to make a b over 2 by x box. This is going to be b over 2. And so this magic number is always going to be b over 2 squared. Now if we had an a there, if there's a number here, then it's b over 2a squared. Okay. So in general, the magic number that completes the square is b over 2a squared. Okay, so let's try it again. Let's try another. Let's try one that's has a lot of fractions. It's kind of hard. Okay, so let's say 2x squared plus 5x plus 7 equals 0. So first, I want to make this picture again, but notice when I do the picture, this is an x. Okay, and then we're going to put the b over 2a here, and then b over 2a here. Okay, so first I'm going to divide by the a, the number here. So this is just going to be x squared. So 2 over 2 is 1. So I have the invisible 1 right here, and then this will be 5 over 2, x plus 7 over 2 equals 0 over 2 is just 0. Okay, now we're going to do the same idea. So I'm going to put what I actually put here. This is, the b here is 5 over 2. So b over 2 is, this is really b over a, is 5 over 4. So if we cut this in half, it's 5 over 4. Okay, so if we cut the 5 over 2 in half, it's 5 over 4. We know 5 halves times 1 half is 5 over 4. Okay, and then the magic number, what's the magic number going to be? It's going to be 5 over 4 squared. Okay, so we're going to do x squared plus 5 over 2x plus the magic number, which is 5 over 4 squared, so that's 25 over 16, equals, and then we have the negative 7 over 2 because I moved it over, and I still have to keep the equation balanced, plus 25 over 16. Now this part, we might be like, what do we do? How do we factor this? We already know exactly how to factor it. Right here, it's x plus 5 over 4 squared. Because let's just see all the pieces. This is the x squared piece. These two together add up to the 5 over 2x, because this is 5 over 4x, and this is 5 over 4x, because it's this side's x, this side's 5 over 4, so this is 5 over 4x. And then this is 5 over 4 squared. And so if you add all these pieces together, you get x squared plus 5 over 2x, because 5 over 4x plus 5 over 4x is 5 over 2x. Am I like off the screen? Sorry if I'm off the screen. And so, and then that is the same as x plus 5 over 4 squared. Because this is x plus 5 over 4. Okay. So this is, and then let's make this same denominator. So times 8 times 8. So this is negative 56 plus 25. So that makes it negative 31 over 16. So I multiplied by 8, and then I added the numerators. Okay, so we're almost done. So we do x equals, we'll take the positive and negative square root, so plus or minus the square root of negative 31 over 16, and then I'll have minus 5/4. So I'm going to take the square root and then subtract 5/4 from both sides. And so we can simplify this a little. This is square root of 16 is 4, so these can actually have the same denominator. So we get negative 5 plus or minus square root negative 31 over 4. And you can check the quadratic formula again, and maybe we could write square root 31i instead. Okay, so let's just see one more thing, and that's the whole shebang, and that's how can we get the quadratic formula from completing the square? Let's say, Asher, one day you just forget what the formula is. You can always regenerate it by completing the square. So let's just take the most general form of a quadratic that we want to solve. Okay. And what are we doing this for? Well, we might be trying to solve, so a quadratic looks like this, right? And the zeros, or what we're trying to solve, is where it crosses the x-axis. So we have a quadratic, something this shape, maybe it goes like this. And we're trying to figure out what are these points where it crosses. Okay, there's lots of things that model, there's lots of things that are modeled by a quadratic that you might want to solve. You might want to throw a ball in the air straight up and down. And then over time, that's modeled by a parabola like this. You might want to say, when is the ball going to hit the ground again? There's lots of applications. Okay, so we have this problem, A, B, and C. We don't know what they are. Let's just keep them general. Okay, and so we're going to complete the square. Okay, so first thing is, I don't want that A there, because I have to make my picture. And in my picture, this is just an X. Right, okay. So okay, so let's divide each term by A. So we have x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equals 0 over a is 0. Okay, and then so this right here in my picture, this is b over 2a. This is b over 2a. Okay, so I have this term right here, and I'm going to cut it in half. So b over 2a, b over 2a. So the magic number is b over 2a squared. And I can just look at that because it's this number times this. So it's very like geometric. Okay, so this, we moved the c over a over. So we have x squared plus b over a x equals negative c over a. We're going to add the magic number, so I'm just going to do that right now. So I'm going to add the magic number plus b over 2a squared equals, and then I had that negative c over a over here. And then I'm going to add the magic number, so plus b over 2a squared. Okay, what do I do here? Oh yeah, what do I do? It's okay. We already have it right here. This, all these pieces, x squared. These two together are b over ax, and this is b over 2a squared. So this right here is x plus 2a times x plus 2a, b over 2a. Sorry. So this is x plus b over 2a squared. This is b over 2a. This over here, let's give it the same denominator. So this is 4a squared. So I want this to also have the denominator 4a squared. So I'm going to multiply it by 4a c. So I have, and this is a squared, 4a squared. So I multiplied, before it was just c over a. This is equivalent fraction. I multiplied the numerator and denominator by an a and by a 4. So that's because I want to add it to b squared over 4a squared. If I square the numerator and denominator, it's like this. Okay, so that's looking more familiar, right? So we have x plus b over 2a squared equals b squared minus 4ac all over 4a squared. Okay, now finally, let's come up here and finish it. Finally, we take the positive and negative square root of both sides. So we get x plus b over 2a equals plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. But if I look at that denominator, let's help ourselves out. The square root of 4a squared, that's a perfect square. That's 2a times 2a. So let's just take it out of the square root already. Okay, so then we're going to subtract negative. We want to get the x by itself, so we'll subtract b over 2a. So negative b over 2a plus or minus. They have the same denominator, amazingly so. So let's just use that. They have the same denominator. B squared minus 4ac over 2a. And there it is, Asher. That's the quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So now you can always generate the formula too. Okay. Well, I better get back to not doing any work. So let's get back to this book. What? Yeah, I'm getting a letter and now a phone call. Hello? Hello? Oh, hi, Asher. It's Asher. What? Oh. Okay. Oh, that's great. Okay, that's great to hear, Asher. Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for your question. Bye. Whoa, how did that happen? You guys, that was Asher, and he said that he understands the where the quadratic formula comes from now, and so he feels like a real expert. And he also said that he's going to start a revolution in being really nice to math teachers. Wow, what a great day. Well, I hope you had a good day here at Erin's World. I got these t-shirts now, I guess. They exist now. And Asher, I'm going to send you a t-shirt. And if anybody else wants a t-shirt, let me know. And if you have any questions, send me a letter. Okay, talk to you later. Anything can happen in Erin's World.